Hello, hello, welcome everyone to tonight's call here at Partner Driven. My name is Roland. I will be your host for tonight. I have a special guest here, one of our principal founders, in Peter. I'll bring him here in a second. Meanwhile, please turn on your cameras as you jump on. Love to make this interactive. We try to make these small, intimate, and that way we all have a chance to interact, talk amongst each other. This is not a talking at you, but rather an opportunity to hear directly, again, from one of our founders, and in my opinion, a great practitioner of real estate, right? I mean, we've all been to the seminars and the weekend retreats where the person speaking, number one, may not even be there, and number two, they used to do it 20 years ago, right? Whereas in our case, we have a principal founder in Peter, still actively doing deals, still in the trenches, and for that, definitely tune in tonight. Grab a notepad. Let's take some notes. We're gonna do some teaching tonight, some Q&A. Very informal. D, nice to see you. Yeah, thanks for making it on. Tracy, thank you for turning on your camera. Sebastian, the car, drive safe, my friend. Is it a Clara? Thank you, Clara, Clara. A lot of women here tonight. That's amazing. And then of course Thomas, thank you for turning your camera. Again, as we're hopping on, let's get familiar with the chat. That is how we're gonna communicate as well. Maybe type in where you're from, city, state, all that fun stuff. Pete, got a couple of folks here hopping on. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Yeah. As always, running, like you said. Um, but literally, what I was just doing, as I was looking down for a second, I was just checking if our wires hit. I try to do that every day. We try to close deals on a daily basis. So right around this time, 6 o'clock, I log into one of our checking accounts and make sure that our wires are in. But today, interesting thing, we did close some, the wires did hit, but we got another one right now that we're battling. This is a battle. Let me give you the numbers on this one while we're getting ready. We got this puppy under contract, 171, and we just did an as-is play. Didn't even touch it. I think we cleaned it up, broom swept it, and we got it sold for 225. So under contract for 175, we got it sold for 225. Very clean deal, you would think. Actually, it came from a partner that was only with us. Sean Ward was only with us for about a couple of weeks, and so the team's pretty much executing this whole deal on his behalf. But it just seems like we got it for 171. We're putting it right back in the market. We got a buyer literally within a couple weeks. And if any of you done real estate, you know I'm about to tell you then next. And then blankly blank hit the fan, right? And we have been trying to close this puppy. I'm not exaggerating. This is like a 4-week closing of a battle-rama, going one way, the other way, one way, the other way, and it's still not closed. And so here, my final instructions to Mary, who's our closer, in-house closer, I texted her this 10 minutes ago. I want this finalized by the end of the night tonight for a cash closing tomorrow. So, this is my instructions. Bottom line is get it done. Well, the problem is the buyer is very strong, very savvy, buys all over the place, use this lender multiple times, and this is like a vanilla deal. Like, this is very vanilla, nothing unusual, nothing weird about it. And the lender's just going sideways on him. But then we found out today he's actually got enough cash to close it. So I'm like, you know what? That's it. We got to get this thing ironed out. We got to get it closed off. So
I love
anyway,
it, Pete.
if
No,
you
I
guys
love it. I love it.
if you guys hear a call come in that I might have to grab or take sometime tonight, that's what that's all about. I might actually make it a live call. Put it
That'd be
on so
fun.
you
That'd be
guys
fun,
can
Pete.
hear.
No, that's a perfect example and a segue to again why you're one of the best people to listen to because again you're living it, you're practicing it. This is not what you used to do. You're currently doing it live, which is great. For many people, Pete, they think OPM stands for other people's money, which is true. I believe that it also stands for other people's mistakes. So a chance to leverage everything that you've learned throughout all these years, the thousands of deals you've done. So as we jump on, Pete, most folks are here, settled in. love to just kick it back to you and give us an opportunity to take a peek inside your world and your brain and how we can really take advantage of 2025 when it comes to real estate.
Um, yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. By the way, guys, if you don't mind, I mean, I don't mind, teaching you some stuff, doing some talking, connecting with you all. Turn on your cameras. It's just weird when people just have a dark screen. It's like sitting in a room with a bunch of people and you decide to crawl underneath the table. And it's just like, that's too weird. So if you don't mind, it's the only thing I'm going to ask you tonight. Flick on your camera and say, Miss Shirley, it just makes it so much easier for me to talk, makes it feel like we're at home or inside the same room and we're just chatting. So that's, like I said, that's the only thing I ask you guys tonight. What's up, Derek? Good to see you, buddy. Is it Shaju? Did I pronounce that right? Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, not bad, not bad. What's up, Muhammad? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Manny, looking stoic. I love that. I love that. Ed, I gotta zoom in on Ed's got the best place in town. Like I should be switching with Ed, and I should be in a hot tub, and one of you guys should be talking. I
I gotta
like it.
relax on the meetings.
No, hell, I'll tell you a funny story, Ed. I got a good friend, Andrew, and we do a lot of stuff with them.
Yeah.
Actually, my wife and I were just out to dinner with him. Anyway, last summer he had me come over to his place a couple times, just like a working day. And that's what I do. He's got a hot tub and a pool. When I walk in, that's exactly the position I take. I'm hanging on the side. I'm doing my Zoom meetings and all that. So I could 100% totally relate. So good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Clara. Good to see you. Good to see you. Miss Tracy. What's up, Joe? How are you? How are you? Hey, Thomas. Hey, D. All right, guys, don't be afraid. Turn on the cameras as we start talking. But the format tonight is very simple. I'm just going to make an assumption that you guys, I'm going to make a couple assumptions. One, you guys want to be in real estate. Nobody like logs on to me and listens to me because I'm such a great speaker. I'm never, like in all my years, no one's like said, oh, I just follow you everywhere. And I'm like, why do you follow me? I just love to hear you talk. So no one logs on to me because they just want to hear me talk. And I don't even think you're here just so that you can learn a ton, because I tell people any longer, you can learn everything you need to learn about real estate on the internet. I mean, you really can. I'm just assuming if you're here tonight, you want to do real estate deals, because that's my target audience. People that want to do deals. I'm a deal guy. I'm not an educator. I'm definitely not one of those freaking gurus. I'm not anything like that. I am a deal guy. And chances are I've done more deals than pretty much every single guru out there. I just got an unusual model when I do deals, and that's what exposes me to so many people. Because in my model, I actually partner with people just like you guys across the United States. I switched to this model many years ago. And the reason many years ago I switched over to this model of partnering with people is that if you take this back about a thousand, I'm dating myself. If you take this back about 10 years ago, I was already doing a lot of deals. I've already done at that point a couple thousand real estate deals. I was firmly embedded in about 17 markets across the United States. Okay. And I was beating my head against the wall. Like, how do I get beyond these 17 markets? How do I do more deals? How do I penetrate the whole United States? And I came up with this crazy idea one day. I was like, why don't I just partner with people across the United States and start doing deals with them? And this is where many years ago, the partner model was born. And initially, the partner model only had one thing. I would provide capital. I would provide money for my partners. Honestly, back then, I thought that was enough. I was like, if I'm going to put up all the money for people and then split profits in the back end, I thought I'm going to have a winning model. Well, I was wrong, and I was wrong big time. Because for those of you that have done real estate, who have money, and a lot of us know people who have money, you also know that just money alone is not enough to do deals. There's been plenty of people that have had plenty of money that A, never made money, and B, actually lost all their money. So what's happened over the years that I've been partnering with people is that my team and I have slowly simplified the business. Initially, we just provided capital. That was the big thing. We put up all the money, and then we split the profits in the back end. A freaking disaster. Because there were 30,000 other ways to lose money in this business, right? You guys know what they are. Rehab, wrong values, wrong resale team, wrong realtors, wrong deals, all this, right? So little by little, because I never wanted to give up on the model. I knew the model was a smart way of doing it. I just was trying to figure out how do I do it better. And so the to where we got it to where we are in today, which is absolutely crushing it, is basically today, aside from just putting up the money, my team we provide about 90 to 95% of all the other things that are needed to be a successful real estate investor. Like today, we support our partners. We teach them. Because in this business, you can't just listen to a video. You can't just go to a weekend seminar and think you're a great real estate investor. And especially if you're going to start doing deals, because every deal is different. Every deal is unique. Every deal's got its own set of nuances and challenges and things like that. So you have to have a supporting mechanism that supports you on a daily basis. And that's what we do. So we support and train our partners. We set up the marketing systems for them, right? Because we know, believe it or not, this is going to be my topic today, actually. I was trying to figure out what I should talk about today. And then I thought I'm going to talk about marketing because that's something that everyone should be interested in. But interestingly enough, there's thousands of different ways of finding real estate deals. No exaggeration. But do you guys know only about 4 of them work right now? I mean, that's scary, right? Like if you want to do deals yourself, knowing there's thousands of ways to find them, that's good news. Bad news, only 4 of them work. Like how the hell you know which 4? And so we then put those into place to help our partners, the right marketing systems. We then put a due diligence piece in play to make sure that whatever deals our partners find are the right deals, to be able to very quickly and swiftly evaluate that. We then put a national closing team in place so we can close deals anywhere, because we didn't want our partners to worry about chasing titles or attorneys or title agencies or fixing things. It ain't worth it, trust me. So we put together a national presence in terms of closing all of our partners' deals off. Obviously, we put up all the money. 100% of the capital is put up by myself and my team, so our partners don't have to worry about nothing, like zero. We have a construction team that could be flown across the United States and any part of the United States to get these properties fixed if our partners need help fixing them. And then we just put them in the market, sell them, and split the profits down the middle, 50-50. And that right there is the model, the partner model. This is what's gotten me to where I am today in life. And it's really cool it's a really cool thing to be a part of, I'll be honest with you guys, because it's like I'm a deal guy. I've done deals since I started being in real estate. But it's really cool because behind every deal now is a story, right? Behind every single deal is a story, and that's pretty cool. Usually, it's a story of a partner. It's a story of a retirement story of somebody being able to retire, bring their wives home, bring their husbands home, maybe pay off debt, send their kids to college. And so now, although I'm still a deal guy at heart, this is what I love doing. Is I love doing real estate deals. What I really love is helping people put deals together. And that's what my team is all about. Like if you talk to any member of my team, they will tell you everything we do is focused on putting deals together, and splitting profits with our partners. And what I just shared with you is really all the things that we provide for our partners. And I kind of shared them in a kind of nonchalant way. But that's 95% of all the real estate things. So it is safe to say that when we do deals with our partners, we do 95% of all the heavy lifting. And so I tell people all the time, like, if you can't do this with us, like if you want to be in real estate and you look at what I do with my team, and you're like, oh, Screw that. I don't want to do that. Like, don't do real estate. This is as easy as it gets. It does not get any easier than to do deals with somebody that's going to put up 95% of all effort, 100% of all the capital, still share 50% with you. And the only thing you got to do is that 5 to 10% in terms of helping us find deals. But what I want to share with you guys today a little bit, I just want to talk to you guys about how do you go about finding a real estate deal? Okay. Like, this is an important piece to know and to understand. Like I was serious when I said all you got to do is go to Google and type in, find real estate deals or find motivated sellers is what we call them. You're going to see not just hundreds, you're going to see thousands of different ideas. You're going to see hundreds, if not thousands, of companies that'll take your money to help you find deals. You will see hundreds, if not thousands, of articles talking about how to find deals. But it is a very scary thing to know that only about 4 of these strategies work, right? And so the question that everybody always asks when I talk about something like this is like, well, Pete, what the hell kind of 4? What's the 4 things that are working, right? And so today I want to hit on that a little bit, but I want to talk to you a little bit about that whole concept. If only 4 things out of the thousands really work consistently, really work to the point that they become predictable, why are they thousands? And it can't be just a flippant answer. Oh, everybody else is trying to just rip you off. That's not what's going on. But think about it. Why does a business have thousands of somethings, but only 4 of them work? Take yourself off mute, anybody. Give me an answer why you think that is. Anybody have any idea? Why is there thousands of different ways of finding real estate deals that exist, but only 4 work? Any idea why that is like that? Speak up. Anybody? Nobody knows.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes,
Talk to me.
because that bring results. Maybe the 4 primary things are the 4 high potentials or some results.
No, you're absolutely right. But why even have thousands then? It's like having a house and you're going to put 1,000 doors in there, but only 4 work. Like, who would do that, right? Any idea why there's thousands of different strategies for finding deals exist, but today only 4 work? Any idea? By the way, the answer to that question is the mystery to real estate, is also why so few people make money in real estate.
Are other people making more money rather than you on some of those other ones?
Are other people making more money? You mean with those other strategies?
The people that
with those other marketing strategies?
Yes.
That's a good point. That's not it, but you're on the right track. The answer is even I was making more money with some of those. The answer to the question of why there's thousands of possibilities but only 4 exist is that real estate is a fluctuating business. Now, we all know it's a fluctuating business from the big picture, right? We all know it appreciates. We all know it depreciates. We all know it's a buyer's market. We all know it's a seller's market. We all know, at some point it's easy as heck to get money. At some point, you can give up 30 of your kids and you still can't get money. It's always changing. We all know that. But here's what a lot of people don't know and what the real answer is. Not only the big picture real estate is always changing, but the parts inside real estate are also changing. That's what makes real estate so difficult. So it's not as a whole that this real estate, appreciates and depreciates. Is that when you isolate parts of real estate, like marketing, it also changes. So to extend upon what a couple of you guys said, I'll give you an example. I have bought literally hundreds of real estate deals and made a lot of money from real estate agents. Does anybody want to take a guess in the last 6 months how many I have bought from a realtor that brought me a deal? Any idea? Anybody want to take a guess, like a deal off MLS? I see 5. Anybody want to take a guess? Think about this. I've bought hundreds of properties off MLS. In the last 6 months, I've bought 0. In the last couple of years, I've bought 0. Why is it I've bought hundreds, but now I'm buying 0? Because of what I just said. Things change. And parts of the real estate business themselves change. It's what makes this business so difficult. Not only do you have to know how to move with the whole business up and down and sideways and upside down, you got to know how to move with the individual pieces. Like literally years ago, I had a couple realtors in my back pocket, and we did hundreds and hundreds of deals where I've made millions and millions and millions of dollars. Would I still want to do that? Of course. Of course I would love to do that. But you see, that part of real estate has had a fluctuation, has changed, and as a result of that change, that marketing strategy, that marketing technique no longer works. I'll give you an example. Come on, guys, participate with me here. Everybody here knows what direct mail is, right?
Hi, Peter. Is it because the legislation that buyers' commissions aren't guaranteed anymore? So there's not so many real estate buyers agents out there anymore.
Well, no, it's just there's no deals on MLS. That's it. Now, Manny, by the way, I could spend an hour explaining what I just said. Bottom line is there's just no deals there. That doesn't have to do with commissions, because we as savvy buyers always pay commissions no matter what. It's just that there is just no deals there. It is almost impossible to get a deal onto the MLS that's a real legitimate deal. That's why there's no use looking for them. No use looking for something that doesn't exist. I'll give you another example. Play along with me here. Help me out. I used to spend $150,000 a month on direct mail. A month. That's a lot of money in one marketing strategy. Somebody take a guess how much money I spend on direct mail today. Don't be shy. Take a guess.
0.
0. The reason I spent 0 today, but I would spend over $100,000 a time ago, is because back then direct mail worked beautifully. Well, what happened is everyone started seeing how well it was working. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry who went to any kind of guru seminar, all the gurus started teaching it. And so now you had thousands of people all over the United States do the exact same thing. So my 150 grand became worthless, basically. It was no more value in it. Now, interestingly enough, it is starting to open up again, because the smart investors like myself, we got out in time, stopped using that strategy. Over a period of time, the other investors also realized, man, this thing just ain't working. So they stopped using it. And over a period of time, like with anything in life, everyone at a point of time basically stopped using it. So now I'm getting pretty giddy on the direct mail again. I'm promoting it because I see what's happening. It's not that it never worked. It always worked. It's just it fluctuates. It just fluctuates.
Where do you actually do your direct mail?
I'm not big on lists, I'll be honest with you, but usually non-owner ocks, good enough. And most of these lists, and they work very similarly, by the way. So anyway, mostly not non-owner ocks. But the reason it stopped working is that because it just got saturated. And then when all these people got out, it works again. So I'm pointing this out to you guys. This is what makes real estate difficult, because that's just one piece of real estate, right? There's 50 other pieces to real estate, and this is why it's hard to time all these pieces, make congruency out of all of these pieces, put all these pieces together. It's why this is such a difficult business, right? But in today's marketplace, there's about 4 strategies that work. So before I flip it over to you guys for questions, I want to talk about the top strategy that works, okay? I'm going to show you something interesting. By the way, some of you guys are going to laugh at me when I do this, but I don't care. Go ahead and laugh. While I'm doing this, Roland, please go to my IG account and do you have that? Or you know how to get that, right?
Yeah.
Or Chelsea. And so if you don't follow me on social media, you need to. Roland and Chelsea are going to put the link to my IG account. But this goes all along with how you guys are going to laugh. If some of you guys follow me on Instagram or my social media, and I do a lot of teaching there, especially through my stories, and there should be a link in chat right now, so make sure you follow me because I'll teach you a lot. I usually do about 10, 15, 20 videos every single day, teaching videos of how to do real estate deals. But if you follow me on there, even as recently as today, you saw these. Now, don't laugh what these are. Because here it is, I'm professing to be a pretty darn good real estate dude. You know what these guys are? This is how I keep track of all my real estate deals. Like, talk about old school, right? People sometimes get excited listening to me talk, and they're like, what the hell? This is how he tracks things? Yeah, this is how. So I'm old school, and on social media, I post these every day. And I talk about the deals we're working on and what's taking place and all this. But these are, I'm going somewhere with this, back to the marketing piece. These are all the deals, all the projects we have going on with our partners across the United States. And what's really cool here, it's really simple. You just take a piece of paper, and that's all I do. I write the partner's name. Here's one, Kimberly Fitzponte. Address of the property, Adams Street in Troy, Alabama. Who the hell knows where that is? And the numbers in the deal, and I just have some notes on the side. And that's all I need. I'm so into real estate, this is enough for me to drive this whole project forward, right? But interestingly enough, all of these projects that we have going on all over the place, all the different partners, all the different cities, all the different states, almost all of them have one thing in common. Does anybody want to take a guess? What are all these projects, all these deals, all of these partners, all of these locations, one thing they have in common? I'll give you a guess. It's not that they're the same color, okay? Anybody want to guess? Just take yourself off mute. Come on, guys, play with me here.
You're the
They're not-
partner. You're involved.
Anita, what'd you say?
That you're involved.
That I'm involved? Who else has a guess? That's a good one.
None of them are on MLS.
There you go. And not only none of them are on MLS, they're all direct to owner, meaning they're not through any other source. None of these are on Zillow. None of these were on Craigslist. None of these were on Facebook Marketplace.
So you don't have the
Obviously not on-
competition. You don't
What's
have the
that?
competition. You don't have the competition of a lot of other people bidding
Well,
towards it.
that's one of the things. But the bottom line is a deal never makes it that far. Again, one day, Derek, I'll do a whole training on why their deals cannot physically make it to the MLS. But there's about 4 landmines they hit, basically 4 barriers that prevents a good, solid deal any longer making to the MLS. Right. And then, by the way, this is where people get crushed because when they start in this business, they go to MLS, right? Because they got that one realtor that found that one nugget and they just love them so much. And no, they don't. They just see you as a paycheck. Anyway, that's for topic for another conversation, another time. All of these things have in common. They all have the same source. And the source is they're all direct to owner. And so what I'm here to tell you here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in today's marketplace, and by the way, I'm going to go ahead and just do a social media post. Why not, right? Because that's what I do. But in today's marketplace, there's only one way to find a good, solid real estate deal. And that is if you go directly to owners, okay? By going directly to owners is literally the only way, the only legitimate source for finding deals, okay? And that's what all of these have in common. And so when someone partners with me, remember, we do 95%. We do 95%. I'm going to call this post I just did, helping put deals together. So some of you guys who are going to follow me tonight, you're going to see yourself on here tonight. But my point is this. One of the things we do, remember, we do all the heavy lifting when it comes to deals, right? We put up the money, we fly construction teams in, we do the closings, the due diligence inspections, guide our people through. We just want you to help us find deals. And you're going to see, for those of you that become a partner, that we're going to teach you how to find deals directly through owners. I'm going to pause here because what I just said is in the real estate play game, okay? In the real estate game, what I just said is earth-shattering. This is a game changer, what I just said. And so I'm going to repeat what I said, and I'm going to explain to you why it's earth-shattering. For my partners, people I partner with, we teach them how to find deals direct to owners. Solid deals. Why is this so earth-shattering? I'm going to give you guys a different example. Let's say you go with your husband, your wife, your kids, your friends, whoever you hang out with, and you go on a trip to an island. And on that island, you find a potion. And what that potion does, when you drink a little bit of that potion, that automatically makes you the fastest man in the world. Or when you drink that potion, it makes you the fastest woman in the world. At anytime you drink it, boom, for the next 4 hours, you will literally be the fastest person in the world. That's the keys to the kingdom. You don't have to be very smart to realize how you could monetize that, right? You could win any track event. You could win gold medals. You could become world famous. You could get endorsements. If for any time, at any place, anywhere, you could become the fastest man and woman in the world by just simply drinking a little potion, you got the keys to the kingdom. You'll never have to worry about money. You still got to worry about keeping your head sane, but you don't have to worry about money, finances, and all this. Well, the reason what I said is earth-shattering when I said we're going to show you how to find deals directly to owners is that once we show you how to find deals directly to owners, it is like having that potion of being the fastest man or woman in the world. You will never go hungry ever again. As long as real estate is around, and as far as I'm concerned, real estate is going to be around for all of our lifetimes and probably many more beyond that, right? But you will have the most prized possession you could possibly have. If you one day wake up and you're like, well, I've done 100 deals with Pete, or I've done 5 or 10 deals with Pete, and I want to go do my own thing. I wonder if I'm marketable. You're absolutely marketable. It is the most critical component of real estate investing. You will, right? You will, as a result of that, become free for life. Literally. Free for life. Whether you do it with me, whether you go do it by yourself, just find deals and do something with them, or whether you go do it with someone else. That's a very important piece of becoming one of my partners. We're going to teach you and we're going to give you literally the keys to the kingdom when it comes to your financial future. Now, of course, I'm going to hope that you're going to utilize that skill set and those talents with myself and my team. And plenty of people are, because you still got to put the deal together and you still got to monetize it, right? And that's where someone like myself comes in. But finding deals to owners, ladies and gentlemen, is literally the only way to find good real estate deals. Interestingly enough, the logical question that I get asked all the time when I say this is, well, Pete, A, how do you find deals directly from owners? And B, because that's like a whole subset, right? There's different ways, different techniques, different strategies. So A, what are these techniques and strategies? And out of all of those techniques and strategies, which one is the best or the couple best? And I tell people something that they're a little bit surprised to hear, and a lot of times they don't want to hear, but it's a reality. It's like somebody just asked me a question. I already forgot what the question was. Something about direct mail. What the heck was the question that somebody just asked me, Roland?
It was more the list. Like, what list do you
Oh, yeah,
go
what
after?
list? And I said, you could use a non-owner rock, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Well, direct mail is just a subset of how to find deals directly from owners. And I could tell you this. I don't care what strategy you use. Like I could showcase to you partners that I do deals with that we've done tons of deals with. And you know what they do? They go out in the field or they go out in the streets and they knock on doors and they build relationships. Now, to some of you, you're like, what? Hail to the no, Pete. Like, hail to the no, that ain't going to be me. The chances of me going out in the streets and knocking on some doors and talking to some people, that's just not going to happen. That's okay. That's okay. We'll show you other ways. But the cool thing about this business, this is another reason why I love real estate so much. It lends to your personality. Because some of you guys just listen to me say that and you're like, wow, I could see myself building a relationship with people. It's what I do anyway. Right? Like, for instance, out of the first probably 150 deals I did myself, about 100 of them came from knocking on doors. By the way, I'm the shyest guy you ever met. I don't feel comfortable doing what I'm even doing right now. I just don't like speaking too much. If you ever see me at a party, I'm the guy sitting in a corner. I went to high school. I never went to one single party. Sat at home for 4 years straight. I'm very much an introvert. But why is it out of the first 150 deals I did, about 100 came from knocking on doors, which is the ultimate extrovert thing? You know why? I was broke. Like, when I started, I didn't have the luxury of spending a bunch of money generating leads. I had to go old school. So I just did what the heck it is I had to do. And back then, it was just building relationships. Now, I realized after doing that, A, it's not hard at all. And B, I'm not too darn bad at it. So we teach some of our partners that love that side of the business how to be brilliant out in the field. Right? Like, I know how to take a community, doesn't have to be a big community, could be a small community or a mid-sized or a large community, and how to penetrate that community from a standpoint that you'll have deals coming to you consistently. I know how to do that. I'm very good at doing that. So there's some of my partners, that's the only thing they want to know because they love it. It's right up their alley. They love talking to people, communicating with people, and all this. Some people, they hate doing that. Some people love this next strategy that I teach that has made me tons of money. See, I also love the techniques and strategies for finding deals. Like, if you're going to knock on doors or if you're going to go talk to people, you're kind of chasing it, right? That's called an outreach. I love strategies that bring deals to you, bring leads to you. I love my phone to ring and somebody says, hey, Pete, you want to buy my house? Like, that's what I like, right? So I love those kind of strategies. So a good one that I've used to get tons of deals with and have taught a number of my partners is this. One of the most motivated people to sell their house is somebody that has some kind of a fine on that house. Two things. A, if the city is after you and they're fining you, like because you're not cutting your grass or you're not keeping up with the weeds or you got abandoned vehicle inside your driveway, right? If the city's after you, that's called code enforcement. And number two, if you don't live in that house. If you live in that house, you're going to kind of figure it out. Like, you're going to figure it out. You don't want a bunch of notices on your house. You don't want your neighbors to see all that kind of stuff. But think about it. If you got this house sitting here by itself in Georgia, and you live in Wisconsin, and this house is not generating any income for you, it's got no tenants, it's costing you money, it's costing you maybe mortgage money or tax money every year, and now on top of that, you got the city of Atlanta sending you notices. And you may not be overly wealthy. And then all of a sudden, someone like me says, hey, I want to buy your house. You become a prime candidate, right? Well, what if the city actually says, listen, you got to fix this roof, or you got to do this, this, and this. But Mr. Seller, we're going to give you an alternative. There's some folks here in town, and they'd love to buy your house. So if you're not looking to fix it or spend money fixing it, we can connect you. You see how this stuff works? Now, that's a very basic way of explaining a strategy that I teach at a very high level that generates tons and tons and tons of leads and opportunities. But again, it's direct to owner, but you're not doing outreach. You're setting up strategies that bring deals to you. You guys get the point? You got to connect directly with owners. You got to do it. If you're going to be in real estate in today's marketplace and you refuse to do that, you're wasting your time. If you're not going after owners, if you're chasing wholesalers, if you're dealing with MLS, you might as well go volunteer at a hospital. There's going to be more value in that to other folks. And at least for you personally, hopefully it'll prevent you from losing money by making the wrong move. So you got to work directly with owners. And then you have to know at a kind of high level, that way I was just describing to you guys, how to take some very antiquated basic strategy and how to take them to the next level. And that's what we show our partners how to do. Because like I keep saying, we do 95% of all the heavy lifting when it comes to doing deals. But the 5 or 10% that we want our partners to do is that. We want you to help us find deals. Good news is we're not going to leave you alone. Like, we're going to show you what I just showed you at a higher level, more sophisticated level. Because in the end, I want my partners to find deals for their sake and also for my sake. It's a win-win model. And I'll put up all the money, cover all the costs, get the construction team in there if it needs work, all everything. I got you, bottom line. So here's the deal. Some of you guys kind of like, hey, I could see myself partnering with this guy. He's going to do 95% of all the heavy lifting. He's going to put up all the money. He's going to assume all the risk. He's going to fix them. He's going to help set up these marketing systems that I know I got to learn how to find deals. He's going to support me and train me. And his team, obviously, it's not me personally all the time. I can't do that. He's going to help sell these things, and then we're going to split 50-50 of the profit. That's exactly right. That's the model. And so I'm going to say two things how we're going to bring this to an end tonight. One, for those of you, they're like, yeah, I'd like that. Right now, Chelsea or Roland is going to drop a link inside chat that I want you guys to go to and just basically put your information in, because for those of you that like to partner with me on deals, we got to make sure it's a good fit. So we just want to talk to you. That's all. We just want to have a conversation. Make sure we're a good fit for you. Make sure you have the big picture, which, by the way, I've already given you the big picture. It's no more complicated than that. But we want to make sure we're a good fit for you. But from our sake, we also want to make sure that you're a good fit for us. Means that you're coachable. You got some time that you could put into your future. You got a legitimate reason why you want to do this and stuff like that. And so that's the next step. And the second thing is I'm going to stay here a couple more minutes. I'm doing dinner with one of my boys here tonight, one of my kids. So I got a couple minutes before I got to go meet Josh. But I'm going to stay on. I'm going to answer whatever questions you guys may have about what we talked about tonight, about possibly partnering with myself and my team, no holds bar. If you got a question, it's got anything to do with real estate or doing deals or partnering with me, fire away. So if you do have a question, at the bottom of the screen, there's a reaction button or something like, Roland, how does somebody ask a question? I still
Yeah,
don't
in the
know.
bottom of your screen, you'll see a reactions button. Click on that, and you'll see a raise your hand. But again, we try to keep these small and intimate. So if you have a question, don't feel free to pipe up. We'll we
I
don't have to
like
be too
that.
formal
Feel
here
free to
tonight.
pipe up. Who's ready to pipe up? All right.
Or,
Anybody have any question? If you got a question, just take yourself, or you could be like old school like me. Take yourself off mute and talk.
hmm
Anybody have anything they want to ask me, share, inquisitive about, anything like that?
Hey, D, I see you clapping. Is that you possibly raising your hand?
D, you're on mute. Bottom, there you go.
Hi, yeah, that was a hand raise, a clap. You know, it was in the general vicinity.
It's close enough. I like it. What you got?
Nice to meet you. I'm just curious
You.
if you're getting involved now, like with where you started and you were stepping in now. Is there a market or an area of the US that you feel it today?
No, total guru bullshit. Doesn't exist. Not even close. That's how they get you inside a Holiday Inn or wherever they do their seminars. Now,
Don't do.
well, let me give you a little bit more sophisticated answer. Think about where you're sitting right now, right? You don't have to say where you're sitting, but just think about where you're sitting, right? Now, pretend you walk out of your place where you are right now when you go about a mile down the road, half a mile down the road. Would you agree with me the prices will probably be a little different? Real
Yes.
estate will probably look a little different, right? You see?
Yes.
Market, are you kidding me? Everything changes every freaking quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
Real estate is not, watch this, D. Real estate has zero to do with markets. That's how gurus get you inside hotel rooms. Real estate is a pocket-driven business. There are pockets. Now, the good news is these pockets exist everywhere, good and bad. So one of the things we show our partners how to do is no matter where they are, because there are no good markets, there are no bad markets, how to identify those pockets wherever you live, and then how to stay focused on those. So it's
Okay.
not a market-driven business, Miss D. It is a pocket-driven business.
I like that. Thank you for the answer.
Thank you for the question. I like it. I like it. Miss Tish. What happened to Tish?
Did we just lose her?
I'm here. I'm sorry.
There you are.
Hey,
Hey, my question is, how involved are you allowed to be or able to be when you're just starting out?
as a partner,
Yes.
100%. Even if we're doing some of the things, like let's say you're starting out and you have no idea how to fix a $30,000 home, which we wouldn't even expect you to, let's say, right? We still want you to be along for the process because we want you to learn how to do it, even if we're taking the lead on a particular step. So our partners go through every single step because beyond just doing deals with you, we want you to become ultimately a savvy investor in your own right. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, all the way across the board. Regan. Regan Franklin. Got to take yourself off mute, bottom left hand. There you go.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Yes, hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good, good. So I've been in several programs now, and primarily all of them, you pay a fee, you get some videos, you get a Facebook group, and maybe once in a while you get a call. So I've lost a lot of money on those. I'm very interested in what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I love the platform and the way you're set up.
Thank you.
And I think this is the way to go, especially when you don't have a lot of resource in the beginning. But what do you do differently in terms of marketing to find these properties than what anyone else is doing versus, these standard platforms that you're looking at to find properties?
Well, number one, we have nothing to do with them. Zero.
Yeah.
It's not just what we do to help find deals. We do deals, and they don't do deals. They do exactly what you just said. They'll give you a Facebook group. They'll give you some pre-recorded material, and they teach you. But I'm going to tell you something that the gurus don't want me to say. Everything they teach you could learn for free on the internet. But teaching and understanding something is just one piece of real estate. So what we do that's totally different than what they do is everything else beyond that. We still teach you because you do have to know what you're doing. I put up all the money. I fly my construction team. We have a national closing team. We do deals. I'm going to do the one thing those guys will never do. You know what? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to put money into you, into your deals. And not a single one of them will. I'm not going to ask you to guarantee nothing, sign nothing on these deals. You know what I mean? Put your credit up, qualify for nothing. I'm going to say I feel so confident in what we do that I'll fund the whole freaking thing. And that's the ultimate built-in guarantee that what we do have nothing to do with what they do. Nothing. Can't even compare us.
So you train everybody to find properties, direct off-market properties, essentially.
Yeah. That's the only way to find deals.
Okay.
You like it?
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, I appreciate your approach and the way you say things, and I just want honest answers. I want to be able to do this business without wasting a lot of time. I brought my son in who's 21 years old, and I'm trying to teach him. I've been in the escrow business 30 years. I used to own a lot of properties. I owned 16 properties, 65 doors, and in the 2000s, and I flipped and so forth. But now I'm trying to learn how it's being done now, and everybody's telling you something different, trying to pick a lane, and hey, you need to use AI, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I'm just trying to find out the basics, and we can we can go on the MLS and we can find properties, but then it's one by one. It's really a struggle.
Yeah, well, you can't do it, by the way. But beyond that, what makes me so different is I put up the capital. And since I'm risking money, what I tell you is the reality, is the bottom line. I'm not saying what they're not telling you is not reality. Maybe it is. But since I'm putting money up, our money up, you could freaking bet your bottom dollar you could trust what I tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna screw with you because then I'm screwing with myself, and I don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like we got one more shot. I'm 57. We just lost our house in the fire over here in California, and there's a lot going on. And so I'm just trying to make a commitment with as much as I can and go out 100%.
I got you. Well, if we're the right move for you, I'll remember you, and I'll take a personal interest in you and your 21-year-old.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ed.
Hey, buddy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to know how and where you advertise to attract homeowners. I've been trying Facebook, Instagram, my social media, but I'm not getting anywhere. And I'm reaching out to the brokers. So how do I and where do I?
Well, no, number one, you can't reach out to brokers. That's what I've been saying the whole night. That's a waste of time.
No, I'm not reaching out to brokers. I'm reaching out to homeowners. I'm saying, I'm looking for houses, a homeowner direct. Go contact me. I pay cash. Let me give you more information. I do like a little campaign, a landing page and stuff like that, but I get all these brokers calling me. Oh, I got a property here, I got a property there, but I never get no homeowner. But I'm spending money on stuff like that.
Yeah, so remember, this is what I told you. This is what I've been saying the whole night. That is what we teach our partners.
Okay.
That's exactly what we show our partners how to do. You're exactly what you just said. Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we do. That's the keys to, that's what I was telling you. That's the keys to the key. That is what makes you set for life. Once you learn that skill set, if you do nothing else, even if you do nothing with us, you'll be rich forever. That is a priceless.
But where do I advertise?
That's what we teach our partners. Again, the answer is the same. And it doesn't, there's different strategies. Like I gave you a couple that we're very high level on how to contact directly at the street level. We're very high level how to work at the city level. We're very high level now at the direct mail. We're very high level at these strategies. We just know how to do them at a very high level. They're nothing that people have not heard of. It's just after doing thousands of deals, we know how to do them at the highest levels possible. That's all.
Okay. So is there any mentor that I can reach out to since I've already joined you guys?
Oh, you're a partner?
Yeah, I've already paid a certain amount.
Well, if you're a partner, A, you shouldn't even be here tonight. It's not even for you. And B, well, hell yeah, we train every day. So if you're not if you're not connecting to us, then that's your fault. You got to plug in. So hold on. Who's speaking? Is that you, Ed?
Yes.
Okay. So Chelsea, you on here?
Yep.
Can you reach out to Ed and get him plugged in?
Yes, I will.
Oh yeah. Ed, we got you.
Okay,
Chelsea will reach out to you.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Let's go. I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay,
I love
bye.
it. I love it. Yeah, that's what. If you're already on the team, then let's be part of the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to
Gotta
get
do it.
going.
Gotta
I'm
do it.
excited.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right,
Yeah.
I got time for maybe one or two more. Anybody else? Anybody else has a question for me? Going once.
Hi, Pete. So, what are the next steps if you want to be your partner?
The next step is actually go to chat, and there's a link inside chat, Mohammed, okay? Just fill that out, and we'll touch base, and we'll just talk it through. We do that with everybody. We just talk it through, see if we're a good fit for each other.
That will be one-to-one?
Yeah. We'll reach out to you one-to-one, and then we'll talk it through.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for those of you that want to explore more what it means to be a partner, how to do deals with myself and my team, there's a link inside chat. Fill it out. We'll touch base, like Mohammed said, one-to-one, and we'll just see if we're a good fit. That's all. We don't want the wrong person, and if this is not the right for you, then we don't want you to waste time either. All right. Anybody else?
I had a quick question.
Okay, Troy, talk to me.
I understand what you guys do, and I like what you're doing right now. I just have a question about the rehab work. I have a team already that I work with. So if I found a property and we went in on a deal together on the property, am I able to do rehab, or I have to use your guys?
No. We have partners that do rehabs. We'll just connect. You'll connect with our construction team, and you guys will just talk it through. But yeah, we have partners, Troy, that like you have experience, and they've done all their flips. All the deals.
Correct. So am I able to do my own rehabs, or do I have to use
So
your
that's what I
partners?
said. Yes, we will connect you with our team. We'll make sure that you know what you're doing. We'll get comfortable with that because some people
Okay.
say they know what they're doing, but they don't. So we'll screen you out, and then we'll work something out.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you fill out that form in the side
Yes,
chat.
sir.
All right, guys. Well, listen, it's that time. I'm gonna meet one of my boys for dinner. But I want to tell you, I enjoyed it. I enjoy being around people that are looking to level up. And I'm sure if you were here tonight listening to me talk for an hour, you better be looking to level up. But I know there's going to be a number of you guys that become partners. I look forward to personally calling you and welcome you aboard. It's 2025. If not now, then when, right? No one's getting younger, and life ain't getting longer. So if you got dreams, if you got goals, let us go help chase them. Okay. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Good night.